Andy.
All right, great story. And we had talked about this a few weeks ago.
And I got the UMSL magazine sent to me by one of the PR people there, and I opened up and started reading the story of St. Louis and Steve Cash.
Yeah.
And,
from the Lou.
He is from the Lou, and it's a great story, as you said, Andy.
Absolutely, and he joins us on the Verizon Wireless Unlimited Talk lines. Steve Cash is with us. Gold medalist Steve Cash. How are you, Steve? Thanks for joining us today.
Good, guys. How's it going?
Excellent. Hey, where were the Paralympics held?
They were actually in Vancouver a month after the Olympics.
So a month after the Olympics, you win gold medal, and you are the goaltender on the men's ice hockey team. I guess, is it called sled hockey, or do you call it ice hockey in the Paralympics?
Internationally, it's called ice sledge hockey, but in the States, we call it sled hockey.
How'd you get involved with that?
Well, I've been playing inline hockey my whole life, and about 5 years ago, I was at a local tournament, and I ran into one of the sled coaches in St. Louis, and he had heard about my prosthetic, and he asked me to try out sled hockey that weekend, and I fell in love with it, and I've been playing ever since.
And how did you come to the goaltending position? I've got to imagine, Steve, looking at some of the shots that are included in this nice piece in UMSL magazine, you've got to have some tremendous strength in your arms and your upper body to just maintain your position on the ice.
Well, yeah, growing up, I was actually a small kid playing goaltender, and since I found sled hockey, I've actually just built up that upper body strength and kind of naturally got myself in the position and that I have been, and I guess it's helped me succeed along the way.
So you were playing inline hockey before you made the transition. And by the way, Mr. Steve Cash is with us from St. Louis, who won a gold medal for Team USA in the Paralympic Games in Vancouver,
and
British Columbia.
Stopped every shot.
Yeah, this dude didn't let it in a goal.
No.
He's unbelievable. I saw you stop a shot from MacInnis, too. How cool was that, by the way?
Actually, it was awesome. I got to the Blues game, and they told me I'd be going out to center ice and, just kind of saluting the fans, but I met Al backstage beforehand, and he said, well, I'm going to be taking some shots on you, and I said, well, unload if you want to. But it was actually an awesome experience. He gave me the jersey off his back, and I'm going to have that framed, and it was great to be able to say that I was on the ice with Al MacInnis.
And you made the save, too.
Yeah, I sure did.
And for folks that don't know, Steve, as an infant, you were diagnosed with cancer in your right leg, and at the young age of 3, part of that limb was amputated, and from that point on, you've worn a prosthesis. So I would imagine for you, when it happens at that young an age, it's all you've known.
Exactly. Like you said, I've lived my whole life with a prosthetic, and it's allowed me to run around just like every other kid my age and with my brothers, and it hasn't really had any setbacks as far as I'm concerned. I've been able to do whatever I wanted to do, and I don't see myself any different than anyone else.
What are the games like itself? We saw the Winter Games in Vancouver, and the camaraderie amongst teammates. I would imagine with everybody having a different situation that leads them to the Paralympic Winter Games, that maybe there's even more camaraderie or more of a sense of each individual story that you share with on the team, whether it be on the hockey team or whatever sport they're on. How were you able to interact with a lot of the other athletes during the Paralympic Games?
Yeah, actually, I've played against a lot of the other sled hockey players throughout my career, and we've gotten to know a lot of the other teams, like the Japanese team and the Canadian team, and I think within the disabled community, it is a lot more camaraderie because we've all felt how it is to the shadows of the background.
Sure.
Of everyone else, so we just kind of feel for each other, and it's easy to get along with each other because we're just comfortable.
Steve, you were the 2009 Paralympic Sportsman of the Year, so you've obviously been playing at a high level and had some success prior to the Olympic Games, or the Paralympic Games, I should say. How did you all of a sudden take this all the way to the international level?
Well, like I said before, I've been playing inline most of my life, so I kind of had that natural ability, I guess, as in the position of goaltending. And when I found sled hockey, it's pretty much the same concept. I mean, you know, the angles are the same. Just all the concepts the same. And I just kind of built myself up by going to the gym and training hard and just being on the ice all the time and getting used to the position. So I think that having that background has really helped me get to the level that I'm at today.
You know, I'm trying to envision the actual games and, you know, envisioning you playing goal for Team USA. I mean, how hard are the shots that are coming at you, and how much mobility do you have to be able to make these saves? And are we talking about a regulation-sized net, or is it a smaller net?
Yeah, for those out there that don't know the sport of sled hockey, it's just the same as ice hockey. All the rules are the same. The nets are the same size. You got icing off sides, except in our sport, we're sitting on obviously what we call sleds, and our feet or legs are out from under us, and we have a metal frame that we strap our legs into, and then under our bucket we're sitting on top of two metal blades, just like in ice hockey, which allow us to turn and have that edge. And so players shoot with one hand, and with one hand they have shots of up to about 70 miles an hour. That's the hardest shot that I face.
Wow.
And it can be quite difficult because as a goalie, not only am I stopping shots with my arms, but I'm also moving back and forth in the crease with my arms. So my arms are my legs as well as the tools to stop the shots. So sitting so low to the ice, it gets really hard. It gets really difficult to get those corners. You know, the net being 4 feet off the ice,
wow.
Or the crossbar being 4 feet off the ice.
70 miles an hour, Jay, with one hand. I mean, I
don't like driving 70.
That's incredible. Yeah.
I wanted to ask Steve. You know, Steve, if there's a youngster or a mom or a dad or a grandmom or a grandfather of a kid in a situation like you were in, is there an organization in St. Louis? Where could one learn more about sled hockey here in St. Louis? Yes,
the association that I'm involved with is the Disabled Athletes Sports Association.
Okay.
The acronym for that is DASA. And I've been involved with that for 5 years, and they practice out at the Winslow Ice Arena. So anybody that's interested can contact DASA and, you know, ask them about that, and they'll give them more information. And anybody's free to come out and hop in the sled and try it out.
What do you do, Steve, for your regular, day job, or your?
He's a student, business student.
Oh, you're a business student.
Yep.
You're studying business. What do you want to do?
Full time when I can. This last semester I took school off to train and obviously go to the Paralympics. But whenever I'm not doing that, I'm a full-time student at UMSL.
How are you handling all this fame, man, and recognition? You the big man on campus over there, or what?
Well, I was a little more famous at my high school because it was a smaller community, but I think UMSL's doing their best to get my name out there. So around campus, quite a few people know me.
Well, you deserve it, and we commend you and commend your story. And thanks so much, and keep up the success.
Absolutely. Happy late birthday, too, man. You just had a birthday on Sunday, right? On Mother's Day?
Yeah, I turned 21 on Sunday.
Wow, watch out.
21.
How fun was that?
Glad you could make it for the interview.
Yeah, right.
Well, having 3 older brothers, they made sure they took good care of me.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Hey, it's a great story, and believe me, we'll be talking to you again. Keep up the great work, and really, really proud of you and the way you're representing not only St. Louis, Overland, but, of course, the United States of America, man. Keep it up.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, that's the one, the only Steve Cash.